What's going on with YouTube? It's Kevin and Mikkel. We are back with another video after almost a day, because we just put up a video yesterday for our 10-year anniversary show. If you did not watch that show, I'm going to need y'all to watch that video. And this is our first video after celebrating 10 years. And you know, I didn't even make a speech then. I still can't really make a speech because I want to have that. If I start naming people, I'm going to have that shit right. So I just want to say thank you to everyone who was blogged with me. Well, that's you, my YouTube family. Just shout out to all of y'all. Shout out to everyone who's been watching, whether you've been watching since day one or since yesterday, discovering our 10-year anniversary video. Just shout out to everybody. Shout out to those who even subscribe, unsubscribe, talk shit, and then resubscribe. Shout out to y'all, because clearly you couldn't get enough of us, and you came on back. Just thank you to everyone. It's been a long road here on this YouTube journey, and we're still here, and we're still going to be making big moves. And as y'all seen from the show we did on Saturday, after the show, and like after I let all of that sink in, I really was like, I'm ready to do that again. Because I enjoyed that. Now it took me about 20 minutes to like get into it and everything, but once I was on, baby, I was on, and I loved it. It was just the energy from the crowd and the response, because you know normally we don't get a response stuff for somebody in the background in the house saying something or want to chime in, but the energy from you guys and then the questions and just us feeding off of each other, I just had a good time, and I'm just like, bitch, I'm ready to do that again. So we are already in like the planning stages of doing a second show, and I'm excited for it, and I hope that when we announce it, that you all get your tickets and come. And I just don't know what else to say. It was just a love. The love was crazy. Thank you to everyone who sent messages, phone calls, text messages, inboxes, DMs, all of that good stuff. Thank you to everyone. And you know, a lot of you guys be sharing videos I forgot about, but I'm just glad that it makes y'all feel good. So thank y'all for rounding the Scorpion Show, and you know, whatever else we do with the podcast. I talked about the podcast thing. I'm really looking into that. Like, I'm looking at some equipment and stuff like that, because you know, I really want to challenge myself to do it, and everyone keeps asking, so why not? And yeah, so you know, we was going to come back next week, but we could not take another day off, because we had to talk about the passing of Miss Aretha Franklin. Now, we found out Monday morning, or so, well, I was asleep, but when I woke up, I found out early in the morning, and seeing Aretha trending on Twitter. I'm like, what's going on? And Roger Friedman, who's like an entertainment reporter and a close friend of hers, was saying that the family was asking for prayers because, you know, she was very sick. And, you know, everybody was tweeting and, you know, just sharing their Aretha Franklin memories and stuff like that. And, you know, after a while, it just kind of like died down, and, you know, everybody was just praying for her. And then we was hearing that, you know, Aretha has been responding to, you know, people letting her know this person said something, this person was there. Stevie Wonder visited her, and someone else visited her. I believe it was Jesse Jackson. And you know, everybody was saying that, you know, but she's sick, but she's alert. She knows what's going on. And then this morning when we all woke up, or maybe you were at your desk at work, and we found out that Aretha Franklin passed away. And her family released a statement saying that she passed away at 9:50 this morning. So, yeah, our condolences to the family and friends of Aretha Franklin. But, you know, we just had to come on here and talk about Aretha, because, you know, I really didn't, like, I knew about Aretha as a child, but, like, I really got to see her and stuff in the 90s. So this was like, you know, this is kind of like the end of her, like, singing career, but she still was, like, always on tour or did interviews and did tributes and stuff like that. But I've always, and I think we all have always loved her voice. And
her songs.
Yes, in her songs. In her songs. And something I loved about her is that when she reminded me of Whitney Houston thing, because I always would hear the R&B songs but she was also from the church. She was a gospel singer, and she was able to sing gospel and do R&B music. Now, I'm not sure how much flack she got in her day, you know, for singing both, but she still was able to pull both of them off amazingly. And you know, today I'm looking at her Wikipedia page. She had like over 40, like maybe 50 albums, and she was started out in music in the early 60s, and she really didn't get her break into the late 60s. And you know, Aretha had an amazing career. She is one of the most decorated female singers of all time. At that time, she had 18. She has 18 Grammys, and at one point, she was the most decorated woman to have the most Grammys. I hope I said that right.
She was the most decorated woman at the Grammys.
Yes, and with 18 Grammys until, you know, Beyonce surpassed her for that. Yeah, you wanna jump in? You can jump in.
For me personally, I just always loved Aretha Franklin when she did gospel. Some years ago, I mentioned her Amazing Grace album, and I talked about how it was like the best-selling gospel album. And I think before, if I'm not mistaken, before Whitney Houston's The Preacher's Wife soundtrack came about. But I think before that Amazing Grace album was just like the album, and it may still be the gospel album. I was telling Kevin earlier that it was recorded in 1972, and I know that they did like 2 dates, and it was recorded live at a church, I think in LA, and it was seeing different clips from that recording on YouTube. I was just, because they did a DVD. I know Mick Jagger was in the audience. They did a recording of that, of the process of making the album, but it was never released. Right. And I always wanted to see this. But it was never released. Aretha Franklin never allowed it to be released. I don't know if it'll be released now that she's gone, but she never allowed it to be released. It was just, it was always a good thing for me to go back and watch her sing, especially live. I saw a video clip of us talking about her maybe a few years ago, and I was telling people that don't just listen to the recordings that Aretha Franklin did. Go back to YouTube and watch some of her live performances from her early days, from the 60s, from the 70s, and you will see why it is she was named the Queen of Soul, because that voice was not touched by anyone. It was just not touched by anyone. And to watch her, and to watch this black woman, be honored the way she was in these past 50-something years that she was doing what she was doing, was amazing. Every time it's like you can't think of any type of great singer of today without thinking of Aretha Franklin. And I think they all have said one of their icons or idols was Aretha Franklin. I mentioned a few months ago on my Instagram that we, today, living in 2018, those of us living today, we should be so honored as black people, because we had, at that time, we had people like the Obamas, Oprah, Aretha Franklin, the Carters, all of these great black figures living during our time. Yes. Whitney Houston, Michael Jackson, Stevie Wonder. We had all these great people living during our time that years from now, people gonna be looking back and like, damn, all those people was living at one time. And we actually got to experience all of them living at one time.
And they had talent.
And they all had talent. It's not like Aretha Franklin came and went years ago when she passed, or Michael Jackson came and passed. They all were living at the same time, and we all were old enough to experience them. And now one of those great giants has now passed on. You know what I mean? And it's so sad, because even though we still have a lot of them still here, like Missy Elliott said, we need to honor those legends while they are still here. And I believe in my heart that Aretha Franklin definitely was honored.
Yes.
She was honored. Can't nobody say that woman wasn't honored. She was given her flowers while she was here. Okay? Mm-hmm. She was given that title of Queen of Soul. People referred to her as the Queen when they saw her. She was honored. Yeah. She was definitely honored. But everybody else that's still here, we need to honor them. We need to honor people like the Obamas. We may never see in our lifetime another black family in the White House. I'm not saying that it may not happen, but we may not ever see it.
I think so. With the way the tide is turning in our country, I know it's kind of bad right now. I think one day we will.
No, I know. But if it doesn't happen, at least we can say we lived when it did happen.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I remember in 2008, well, in 2009, when I went to go visit my aunt, and she was in her 80s at the time, and she was saying to me, I never thought I'd live to see a black president. And this was somebody in their 80s. And I thought about it, and I said, my God, she's been living over 80 years. Mm-hmm. And to say that she actually witnessed a black president being sworn in. You know what I mean? Like, for me, I feel like, wow, like, it may not ever happen, but if it doesn't happen, at least I can say I lived through the first African-American president. I lived through that. I lived through the era of Oprah. You know what I mean?
Yes!
Oprah.
Oh my God.
The Oprah.
When I was
reigned on TV for 25 years.
I was sitting there, like, looking at old Aretha interviews and stuff. And just the thing about Oprah, I'm just like, oh my God, Oprah was the 4 p.m. queen.
The 4 p.m. queen. I would come home from school and I would be upset if I missed like the first 5 minutes. Because I told you before, the Oprah Winfrey Show was my show. That's where I wanted to meet Beyonce. Because remember years ago, Oprah used to have that thing where you could meet your favorite celebrity on her show. You just have to write in. And whoever's the best. Child, I'm taking it way back. But I loved Oprah. And to think like, we had somebody who reigned daytime television for 25 years as #1, and it was a black woman who came from nothing. Yeah, nothing. Nothing. Look at God. Nothing. Hello? Hello?
Hello, I'm here.
Listen, you better be over it, because Aretha's not here no more. Now listen, she and Aretha was a guest on that show a few times.
All the time. And coming back into because you know Oprah.
And the last episode. When Oprah did the last episode down there where Beyonce did Run the World, and they did it at that big arena.
Yes, yes. That was a time.
Yeah.
And I was really mad that Oprah was leaving.
Yeah, I was too. I was too.
I forgot all about that though.
Well, I didn't.
But
because I was there.
Well, you was there in your living room on TV.
Just like I was there at Whitney Houston's funeral. And I'll be there at Aretha's funeral too if they televise it. If not,
they're going to televise.
If not, then Detroit, here I come.
Yeah. I mean, it's a lot of people by getting their tickets. We don't even know. I'm hoping that the funeral is probably this weekend. Because I'm sure it's already
I don't think so.
I hope so, because the family, they already had enough time, like they knew what was going on.
But then if they want a lot of people to come, especially the celebrity, then because on the news when you were downstairs, they were talking about on the news how Aretha Franklin had performed at a lot of notable funerals. Like she sang at Martin Luther King's funeral. She sang, I remember Karen Clark had posted that she sang at her mother's funeral, Maddie Moss Clark. I think she sang at Mahalia Jackson's funeral.
Yeah, that's the name I was thinking.
She sang at what's her name?
She sang at
everybody's funeral. And they were saying on the news that who is fitting to sing at her funeral.
Oh, right. We know that right now.
So now they're discussing that, and that's, well, you know Jennifer's going to sing.
Jennifer Hudson's going to perform. Fantasia is going to perform. If they have any sense, you got to call up Yolanda Adams.
Yeah, the Clark sisters.
The Clark sisters.
That's the short.
CeCe Winans. Yeah. Oh my God.
Sierra.
No, vocalists. Okay, then she said Queen Latifah. No.
What she tried to? How'd you say that?
That's one of my favorite Wendy Williams interviews. Interviewing Aretha Franklin.
No.
Oh my God.
And she said no and stepped right over the question and kept going.
Yeah.
As if no.
I don't know, but you probably something else. John Legend might sing, Stevie might sing.
Wonder.
Like, it's going to be a beautiful funeral, and it needs to be televised.
And whoever does the eulogy, they need to get somebody who's going to preach that eulogy.
Yeah, I don't want a television preacher. I want someone,
and I don't want Jesse Jackson, because I can barely understand what he's saying sometimes. And there's no shade to Jesse Jackson, but I can't.
I want someone who who knew Aretha and knew her family and knew how she was, because these interviews, I feel like they don't do her justice. Because there are some things that Aretha would talk about, and there's some things Aretha would not talk about. Like, I was watching her 60 Minutes interview, and Ed Bradley had, shout out to Ed Bradley, he's from Philly, and he just got a mural here in Philly. He was talking to her like, your songs, he's like, let's talk about sex. She's like, oh, you want to talk to me about sex on national TV? Oh, really? And then
that's like, an old school woman.
Yes. So she was like,
sex on that, I think not.
She was like, he was like, cause your songs, you know, they're about sex. Oh, they're about sex, are they? She was like, oh, this is your interpretation of it. Oh, okay. He's like, but when you sing about soccer to me, well, you know, it got to be about sex. But what does it mean to you? Is that what you think? Is this about sex? She got them together, and it was cute because they was both laughing towards the end of it. But like, I like seeing those kind of clips of her. But like, as she got older, you know, she really told you how she felt and did not care. That's what I love about old people. Yeah. Because they just say how they feel and don't care what you think of it. Because when that man asked her, he's like, I'm gonna name these people, you tell me. And when he said Taylor Swift, she said great gowns, beautiful gowns. That mean that bitch can't sing.
And coming from Aretha Franklin,
yes.
You can't argue.
Yeah, and she didn't say Alicia Keys can sing. She said she's a great artist, a great producer, not a great singer. But it's keeping it, because if I'm a singer, I would love for someone, especially when I look up to say I'm a great singer. But if she say I'm a great producer and a great writer and a great artist, I'll take that.
And you can't get mad at, again, Aretha Franklin.
Because they kept it real. And then
that was a singer.
Yeah, and I looked at some stuff from her on The View. And when they was talking about the other singers, she really didn't say, because she didn't want to, whether she like, I can tell you who I don't like, but I'm going to just leave it alone. I'm going to just leave it alone. Y'all got to go back and look at these.
How would you feel if she said she didn't like Janet?
Oh,
as a singer.
Bitch, I would probably be over her. I would probably be over her.
As a singer? How can you be over her? She's not a singer.
You know, I'm going to just say, everybody carries their tune differently. But you just had the most...
Everybody marches to the beat of their own drum. Okay?
She did the best with what she had. And you damn sure I said it to Diana back in her day when she was having hits.
Okay.
And y'all both from Detroit. I'm sure you ain't said it to her. You can't sing.
But she knew.
But yeah, you didn't have to. It's unspoken. Like, if you see Whitney and Janet together, you look at them old pictures. Like, come on.
Okay. I know who I won't be calling the same.
Oh no! Why do you think those collaborations never happen?
Can you imagine Whitney in the studio? Can y'all turn her mic up?
No, you don't. You're not going to do that. But
somebody said, and this is no lie, but somebody said in the Shade Room comments that they need to get people like Janet Jackson to tribute Aretha. And I said, what?
No. See, Janet. See, first of all, Janet
there's not even a soft song that Aretha Franklin sang that Janet can touch.
No. Why do you think she don't do tributes? Okay. And let's be honest. Now, babe, she could do Diana Ross.
No, she cannot.
Yes, she can.
No, she can't.
Yes, she can.
Because even Diana was not a powerful singer like Aretha, but she was still a singer.
And she got sultry, sexy vocals, and Janet can do that. I think she can pull that off. Now,
well, if that's the case, then Sierra can do a Mariah tribute.
See, Janet's smart. She knows what her voice can do and what it can't do. And she ain't never try to give y'all nothing that she can't do. Yeah, she never did.
I just want to know where they're going to hold this funeral. Because I was telling Kevin that the church, the New Bethel Church in Detroit, that her father was the pastor of, it's not a huge church that you would expect a large thousands of people to attend. Mm-hmm. You know, and I'm sure Whitney Houston's was, because they had Whitney Houston's funeral at her home church, so it's like, bitch, whoever's there, they're there. And
they might do the same thing.
Yeah,
personal invite.
Yeah,
if you're not there the same, it doesn't need for you to be there. Or if you didn't come up in the '60s, you can't be there.
Or if you didn't write none of her songs, you can't be there.
And it's gonna be sad, but shit, you know. That's her church. That's her father's church. And but I think that because Detroit loves her so much, like when you hear Aretha Franklin, you hear Detroit, or you think about Detroit, and that I don't think she was Motown, but she still was Detroit. That's all you heard about is Detroit. So I think that she might have a public and a private service, and hopefully they air it on. CNN normally be showing the funerals and stuff. I don't really know the other channels.
Well, hopefully not on Fox News.
They better not. And you know what? I kind of felt bad for Fox News because they don't really have no black anchors. And when you talk about Aretha Franklin, you got to know something.
Right.
I mean, you got to know more than respect.
Right. Because that's all these white folks know.
Yeah.
Respect.
You need to know more than that.
Right.
And I was flipping over, and then I was like, oh no, let me go back to CNN. And then you showed me that picture of, it's not funny, but that shit is funny. But see, I told Mikkel, these networks do it to be smart.
Yeah.
Because they need more publicity.
Yeah.
So they got one picture of Aretha. And then they have a faded picture of Patti LaBelle in the background. You know how you got one picture and then another faded picture, and they try what those comments say. And they tried Aretha Franklin, and see, being that this is Fox News, it's not a good look for them because we already think that y'all think that all black people look alike, and you don't care to pay attention to the different features.
And the fact that Aretha Franklin is not even off the cooling board yet.
Yeah,
she's not even in the casket.
Okay, she's still in the freezer
at the funeral home.
They're probably embalming her right now. And
no, they're picking out what dress. Hopefully, they don't put no wig on her. No synthetic long wig. I hate those wigs. I hated them. I want them just like it was when she performed for Carole King at the Kennedy Center with her natural curls and her like an old woman, like those natural curls.
Yes,
that's how you put her hair in that casket. Don't put no long synthetic silky wig on her. Yeah. Don't do that. That's not. I don't like those wigs. I don't like. And for them to say that she was down to 82 pounds, that means she was small and frail.
Yes.
And them big wigs is not going to look nice on a small, frail woman. So curl her hair. Find that person who curled her hair before and tell them to curl her hair, and that's that.
Yeah.
But for them to do that, Fox News, and that woman is still in the morgue somewhere. Yeah, you don't do that. No, you don't do that. You don't do that. You don't do that, Kevin.
Aretha and Patti never looked alike.
Never.
Aretha's looks always change. She's big, small, big, small, big, small. Patti always look the same. How can you
minus
not
the
know?
nose?
Yeah, well, that was what year she got that nose?
I don't know, but that nose.
But that original nose was huge.
Okay.
It was.
But thank God it didn't mess up her vocals when she got it done because
she
could
should
still blow.
Never changed it.
Well, I mean, but it doesn't look like she had a nose job.
No.
It only looks like she has a nose job when you look at the old clips from like the 60s and the 70s of Patti LaBelle. But whoever did her nose after the fact did an excellent job because it doesn't look like she didn't have a nose job.
Yeah, and I'm waiting to hear.
I mean, you can tell she didn't go to the people that.
Don't do that. That did who? Don't do that. But can I change the subject? Who put that picture on Toni Braxton's page? And those misspelled words. Who? What did that?
What picture?
Bitch. It's a picture.
You should have screenshot it. I know you did because it's probably all
I've seen it on some websites.
What picture?
Bitch. It's a picture of Aretha, Tony, Whitney, Clive Davis, and Aretha Franklin.
Oh my God.
And mind you, right? This picture of this. Someone's Googling to find the picture. And it has Toni Braxton, Whitney Houston, Aretha Franklin, all spelled wrong. And it was on, I'm not sure which.
And Toni Braxton posted this?
Yes. Toni Braxton misspells her name more than Aretha Franklin. I don't know.
Maybe it wasn't Toni who posted it.
I know, you know Toni don't use that shit.
Yeah.
So,
that's a nice picture.
Somebody cropped it. No, I want the original picture. Here, wait, is this it?
But the first one you just showed me was nicer.
Yeah, but I need that picture where it wasn't cropped. It was a tweet. Braxton did not. Toni deleted the tweet after ridicule and did not correct it. I'm gonna tell y'all, Toni don't tweet. So
right, so that was somebody else who did.
Her assistant. And don't know what? Maybe.
But I don't know. It's not funny. It's not funny.
Bitch. No, I need the picture. I've seen it. I want you to see how even Tony Braxton's name was spelled wrong.
Yeah, she didn't write that. She didn't write that.
I gotta find it because I want you to see it.
Well, while you're looking for that,
go ahead.
Let me name some of my favorite live performances of Aretha Franklin that you guys can YouTube. VH1 Divas. Remember when VH1 used to do the Divas special every year?
Yes.
There's a performance with Aretha Franklin. I think it's from VH1 Divas 2000.
Mm-hmm.
Aretha Franklin, Mariah Carey, Celine Dion, Carole King, Gloria Estefan, and I forget who else. And I think they're singing "Natural Woman." Oh, y'all gotta look.
Those were the days.
Those were the days when when VH1 had those specials.
Okay.
There's also a tribute that Patti LaBelle did to Aretha Franklin back in like the early '90s, where she's singing "Ain't No Way." Mm-hmm. Aretha Franklin, when she's performing "Bridge Over Troubled Water" in the '70s, live performance. There's also some of the clips of Aretha Franklin when she's performing her Amazing Grace album. The list just goes on and on. Oh, there's a clip that I love of Aretha Franklin from, I think it's like 1967, when her and Sammy Davis Jr. Are performing together. Just look these up on YouTube and you're going to get your life. The live vocals. The vocals. Where is it? Yeah, she didn't write that. That's every name. Aretha Franklin, Tony Braxton, Whitney Houston, Clivers, Divs, Party.
Who did that?
Yeah, somebody did that. You know who could have did that too?
Lies. You just made me drop my phone.
Somebody did that, Kevin.
Even Tony Braxton's name is spelled.
But the fact that she retweeted it.
Yeah, because you know how you
instead of just
yeah,
cropping the picture. I mean, that would have been real smart. Hello.
Well, somebody is not working. Somebody got fired at the compound. You come work for me. Because now you got bitches thinking I can't spell or read or write.
I can't keep track of my money or spell. Huh?
But once, listen, I'm going to shut my mouth. Aretha Franklin.
Oprah told her, even I don't have. That's what Oprah told her.
Do you have a favorite song? Don't you? You know what? I'm not. Oh! See?
Are you asking me, do I have a favorite song of Aretha?
Yeah.
Yes. My favorite song is, and the performance in fucking Instagram. Y'all need to get this shit together. Instagram will allow you to post some videos, but then because of copyright infringement, as soon as you post it, they'll take it right on down. And for years I've been trying to do this. But there's this one performance of Aretha Franklin in the 70s on Soul Train when she's performing Rocksteady.
Oh.
And just...
Shout out to
Aretha fucking Franklin. Look that one up. Yeah. It just starts... Oh! Oh my God. That is Aretha Franklin. I can go on and on. What are you doing with that microphone?
Huh?
What are you doing?
I don't know.
Can I?
You want to perform?
They'll take our video off if I play that multi.
If you play the sound.
Yeah.
But can you sing it solo?
I can sing it solo, but I want to have the music.
Well,
what are you about to do?
oh, nothing.
Wait, what's going on? Do it. What are you about to do?
I just want to say, you make me feel.
That's all I wanted to get y'all. I love that song.
Well, who's making you feel like a natural woman?
Nobody, because
okay.
I never felt like a woman.
I would hope not.
Don't try me. This is how it sounded at the show the whole time we was on stage.
Yes, it did. That performance of Aretha Franklin, I think that was her. That was, bitch, now that I think about it, it's giving me chills. That was her graceful last great performance, I feel like, to me. Even though she's performed since then. But that performance at the Kennedy Center Honors when she honored Carol King.
Yes! And she
and how she nailed that performance vocally on that piano. I posted a clip
And
on my
Obama
page.
was crying.
But if you can, YouTube Aretha Franklin, Natural Woman, Kennedy Center Honors. And she honors Carole King, who wrote that song. That performance, that was in 2015. I feel like that performance was her goodbye performance.
Yeah.
Again, even though she did some performances after that, but I feel like that was the best. And the fact that she had that theater standing on its feet, cheering her on, she had the president wiping tears from his eyes. That was an amazing, amazing performance. And the fact that she walked out in that full-length fur coat with her purse in her hand, set it on the piano, started playing the piano, got up from the piano, started singing, took her fur coat off, and kept singing, all out on stage, and hit every note, and didn't sound. And then, mind you, she was in her 70s, 73.
She was having a good day that day.
But that was her bow out performance.
Yeah. And you know, there's a funny story about her purse that I found out today on CNN. I had never heard before, but they were saying, you know, like back in those days, back in the early '60s, and back when people used to sing, period, and they were saying how James Brown told her, "Get your money before you perform." Because you perform and they will not pay you a goddamn thing. So what Aretha Franklin would do is
put her money in her purse.
Put that money in the purse. She asked for the money up front, carry it with her, and sit it at the piano and perform. And as long as her money and her bag was still there, she will continue to perform.
And if you notice in clips, she'd always have her purse. But you know what that would remind me of whenever I would see her? That's how my mom is. And a lot of black moms are like that. I'm sure some of y'all. My mom is like that. Whenever she goes to a party, whatever, her purse stays with her. Even when she's on the dance floor, that purse is right there. I mean, that's just black women, period.
Always and you can't leave nothing around them.
No.
These days,
but some people do.
And you should.
But my mom is like, no, this bag is staying with me. You want me to hold it? No, this is my bag.
Okay.
But James Brown taught her well.
Yeah.
Because that's true. Even today, you got people who go to places and they go, and even with these appearances, and then you hear on all these blog sites about how they're trying to get their money from so-and-so because they ain't want to pay them their money. Aretha was smart. Give me my money before I go on this damn stage, or I'm not going on the stage. And I'm putting it in this bag, in this purse, and it's going to stay with me all night.
And you better not touch it.
And you better not touch it. You don't even, I'm your manager, you don't even want me to hold it? No.
Okay. Because you can't even trust the man.
Right. Because you might take your cut off top, and I didn't even count the money to see how much you're taking off top.
Okay.
No. Can you imagine her backstage counting? Yeah, this is for me, this is for me, this is for you. Goodbye.
And they were saying this how Aretha would help people. Yeah. Like my man, he was saying she gave him thousands of dollars just because he needed, he was needing money and needing help. She helped out Martin Luther King. She helped out everybody when it came to money.
I love when you were downstairs. They were interviewing people outside of her church, and they were saying how she would, even in her later years, she would even go out and do community service with her church and feed the homeless or whatever the case may be. And I said, wow, me personally, I never knew that. But can you just imagine coming up and you see Aretha Franklin serving you?
Because prior to people in the church, that's Aretha Franklin.
Right. You know, because we're used to her. You know, like here in Philly, that's bad. Because we're used, not saying, she's nobody. Yeah. But we're used to, first of all, Philly has so much talent any fucking way that came out of the city. But that's what a servant of God did. You didn't let all that I'm the queen of soul get to your head. I also continue to serve God and serve his people. And so to me, I feel like her assignment here on this earth is completed. She did her thing, and may she continue to rest.
Yeah, and she has a legacy of music that's going to live on for a long, long, long time.
Yes.
And you could just go back. This like with anybody. And you know the weirdest thing I was thinking about, even with us and like a lot of people on YouTube, we have so many video clips. God forbid, because I ain't trying to go nowhere right now, but even if it did happen, the closet door. That's the spirit of something. Even if it did,
Aretha. Aretha, is that you? You ever see a ghost?
Aretha.
You ever see ghosts when you ever see ghosts and they were inside of the Whoopi Goldberg's character was inside of the thing, and the guy said, and the lady thought that it was her husband. She said, what was his name? Alfonso, Lorenzo, whatever his name was. And she said, no, the guy went in his spirit went inside of Whoopi Goldberg, and he said, Letitia, baby, is that you? You never said, no, I can see you.
I've seen it, but I'm trying to remember.
Listen.
I know Ghost is one of those movies. Yes.
It's the scene
And
when
Patrick
all of
gets-
the spirits, once all of the spirits found out that Patrick Swayze's spirit was talking to Whoopi and she could actually hear him, that's when all the spirits started to go to Whoopi and trying to connect with their loved ones. And so they were coming. Yeah.
Listen.
Never mind.
I've seen Ghost.
It's a funny scene. I love that scene.
Well, I have to see Ghost again because I do remember Patrick Swayze. Actually, it's on demand because my mom was watching and I was like, first of all, what this movie going on? But she remembers.
It's a classic.
Yeah, I just remember them playing with the putty.
Everybody remembers that because that was always on
That's
TV.
classic.
I'm talking about a scene that people wouldn't necessarily remember
But you
unless
have to remember the movie.
Yes.
I know.
Yes.
But don't because you know all the classic movies. I've never seen them.
Me?
Yeah,
that Ghost is one of my favorite. I love that movie.
Guess what movie?
And she won an Oscar for that movie.
Guess what? I know. And she said it was thanks to Patrick Swayze.
Yeah.
They didn't want her.
Because they didn't want her. Open May Brown.
You know what movie I watched and never seen before? Probably seen. Actually, I have seen it, but didn't remember. The Godfather. I was watching it. It was pretty good. Pretty good. I remember watching it.
I would love to know what it was like
Let me tell you
in
how
your
I
household
was.
coming up with when it came to movies.
Yeah.
I guess nobody was a movie watcher here.
We had HBO, but I am not one of those, like, if it looked old,
You didn't watch it.
I didn't watch it.
They were the best movies.
But I remember us watching it, because The Godfather is so long,
Yeah,
that HBO had to do like little breaks.
Mhm.
And I remember they had a countdown, so like, bitch, go ahead, do what you gotta do, and come back. So I remember it being on,
Just
but
like Going with the Wind.
I can't remember.
It's like that too. Going with the
Really?
Wind
Is
like
that long?
Bitch, Going
I've
with the
never
Wind is
seen it.
over 3 hours long, and there's an intermission part, and it's what's the name? Like you have the count, and then it has the countdown and everything. Well, you know I've seen all those old movies.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to, cause it's not on
It's
Netflix
long
or
like that
nothing.
too. Titanic is long like that, but they didn't have an intermission.
No.
Pearl Harbor is long like that too. The recent Pearl Harbor that came out in 2001 with Ben Affleck and Josh Hartnett, that's really long too. This was before DVDs and they was doing cassettes. And Pearl Harbor's a 2 cassette.
Y'all did it 2 years. And then sometimes they flipped it over on the DVD.
Yeah.
Play on one side, flip it over. Bitch, I remember one time Mikkel did not
What's the
know.
name? Is like Rosewood.
Yeah.
Remember, but Rosewood is not even. I don't remember ever being that long that you would need to flip it.
I don't know, because it's not a flippable movie.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed it. And just that one side, because Mikkel couldn't figure out why it would stop at a certain part. I'm like, bitch, you got to flip the disc over.
I didn't know that.
But when we flipped that disc over and put it in, we watched it from that point until the end of the movie. That's how good it was, Rosewood. And I've never seen this movie. And they let me hold it, and I watched it from beginning to end. And no,
I didn't let you hold it, did I?
yes, you did.
Oh wow.
Yes, you did.
And you watched it all?
Yes, I did.
Oh, I didn't know you watched
Yes,
it.
of course.
I didn't even know I let
Because
you
it
hold
was
it.
good. It was good. Like,
It's a very sad
because
movie.
because we recorded that day, and then you went to go get the DVD and to ask me why I would stop at a certain part, and I was like, oh, this one no flippable movies. I could see, and it was just good from that part to the end. And if y'all never watched Rosewood, y'all should watch that film. But
I feel bad because I cut you off.
yeah, I was going to say back to
But do you remember what you were about to say?
about
Before we got into Ghost, you were about to say something. I cut you off.
I forgot, but it's
Excuse me.
ooh, excuse. Yeah.
And the crazy thing is, it came out both ends. Just now. I farted an airbird. But the fart was silent. And it's not, you're not gonna
You know
smell it.
what?
But it did come out both ends just now.
And that's not
Normal.
uncommon.
No, but I don't. That usually doesn't happen to me. But it just farted.
Or if you sneeze,
I just farted.
yeah, as long as I don't smell it.
No, you're not gonna smell it.
Because if you sneeze, I hope not.
No, you're not, because I don't smell it.
If you sneeze, sometimes when you sneeze, you fart at the same time. And it be one of them hard ones too. You be like, yeah,
No, this one just tickled my butt.
tickled your butt.
Did it?
It made you feel like a natural woman.
It did. Maybe want to get up and call somebody after this.
Oh my God. What ain't in your DM?
No. I know exactly who to call.
Ghost.
Call Rand's Fair. The accident room.
Bitch! You know what I'm tired? I'm tired of the lawyer commercials.
Tired of all of them.
And I'm tired of these home health care commercials.
Yeah.
And they pick the most raggediest people. You live in Philadelphia, you know what I'm talking about. This is a commercial called Blessings Forever. She got teeth missing here.
Oh my God.
Bitch.
Is she the
like,
aide
I'm
or the client?
I don't know at this point. They just throw these commercials together and put them on TV. We should have a commercial on TV.
Well, you know, that's because they're hiring anybody to take care of these old people.
Yes!
Okay.
They
You got somebody-
Blessings Forever. Then they got the other one where she was like, thank God for my daughter and thank God for
Her and their daughter is splitting this.
Yes, she was, bitch, everybody's splitting the check. And if you're lucky,
Yeah.
if you got a good person taking care of you, lucky if you see in the
Wasn't
check.
across the street? Wasn't?
Wait, I'm trying to think.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. You know what?
That day when she knocked on this door,
It was like, I was having a hard time.
she was always having a fucking
I was having a hard time.
Our caregiver
with
was
my
nowhere
job,
to be
taking care of my mom, and they said, you know,
she's
I
not
called
going
my
to across the
granddaughter.
street. When I first started coming around here, was taking care of her. And could hardly take care.
You know what? You're not going to do that because
That person just came a long way. I can commend them.
Yeah, that's a testimony
You know,
right
but
there.
then somebody came over one time.
No, who?
Oh yeah, this girl. And then she said, "Oh yeah, he's still on there." And I said, "Lies."
Yeah.
Yeah.
bitch, you got to go. Oh, you sick. Spray that too. Just spray it. Just spray it. Just spray it.
What did I eat?
Can you imagine what an Aretha fart smelled like?
Oh my God. I'm not gonna do that. She's not here no more. Don't do that.
Hey, we love her. Look, if we played around with Whitney,
Okay.
Oh,
Yes,
we
we
can
did.
play around
We
with
played around with Whitney. You know.
yeah,
Because she talked sing her way all the way up to them gates. I didn't know my own voice. Yeah. She wasn't singing no more. She wasn't.
And then D.R. Warwick had nothing but nice things to say about Aretha Franklin today. And
She had no
even said-
choice.
And she even said Aretha was family. She said,
Well, that was family. You know?
Yeah. That's the sissy that
yeah.
came out and said she was never
Never
her
her
godmother.
godmother. Yeah.
You tried to say.
But Sissy always sang backup for Aretha. Even back in the 70s, she used to sing backup for Aretha.
Yes.
I remember when they did Rolling in the Deep, and Sissy didn't know the words, and just kept coughing on the side.
She just needed an outdoor activity to do at that.
Yeah.
And it happened to be sick in the death.
Yeah. Why would you call this 80-something-year-old woman to come sing Rolling in the Damn Deep?
Why would Sissy put herself out there like that?
Yeah. Sissy must
She
say
did
make
it
no
on
rehearsals.
purpose.
Yeah.
And she said, because you didn't sing at my daughter's funeral,
Yeah.
I'm not going to sing on your televised.
And I'm going to stand here and go,
and roll her eyes.
and roll her eyes, and look at her watch, and try to figure out when was this going to be over. Yeah, why don't you do that?
Oh!
That wasn't right, Kevin.
No, you know what else wasn't right? Excuse me. Aretha is watching.
Yeah.
When Aretha would wear those spaghetti straps.
Oh my God.
Those dresses.
We're not going to do that because she's not in the ground yet. But,
Aretha! I'm surprised she never had. You want to talk about what they call that shit? A wardrobe malfunction?
yeah. But
She
you know,
never had a
she looked
wardrobe
good once she lost that weight.
Yes, she
Once she
did.
did that
Once she
surgery,
started
on her
losing-
weight, she did look good.
Yes.
Even when she gained a little bit of it back, when she was a little at the Kennedy Center Honors, but she was full. She wasn't fat, and she looked so nice.
I always loved that place, Aretha. Like that interview,
With Oprah.
it's an interview on Oprah where it's her, Patti LaBelle and Gladys Knight.
Oh, that's a whole long time ago.
Bitch.
I like this Aretha. She was full, like she was just.
You can tell she's lived. She looks great.
She looks great right there. That was a natural look for her.
Yeah,
she even looked nice right here. You know, but
that's one of my favorite Wendy Williams interviews. I don't know, I just love that one. But it's just like her. She had a full face. Her hair was sharp, and she had the little haircut on the side. Aretha, bitch.
You did that, Aretha.
Yes, she did. She looked so good. Yes.
She lived. And
period.
You can't. Nobody take nothing from her, Kevin. You better not try to.
She blessed the gospel community and the R&B community, meshed them together.
She sang for everybody. Like just say, she sang for the Pope. Remember, she sang for the Pope when he came here.
The Pope,
in 15.
President. She sang. I remember her singing at WrestleMania 3. I was young, but I seen the tape, and I seen her perform at WrestleMania 23. She did Detroit. Both shows she did them, and the way they meshed them together, it was so decent. But Aretha has been around she has touched everybody with her vocals and all around the world.
Yes.
And they keep talking about this Grammy performance. I must have to go back and watch where she sang opera. She sang for Luciano Pavarotti.
I think she sang along with him.
They say she sang for him. Like she stepped in for him because he was sick or something.
Because he was sick.
Like
Okay.
So I had to find that performance because I really don't remember it. But
That
did y'all know that
2000.
Aretha was fluent in different languages? I believe she spoke 4 different languages. I remember learning that a long time ago.
And she was an excellent pianist.
Yes, oh yeah. See, that's something we never really talk about because we know her singing. But yeah,
she was an excellent pianist. Excellent. But again, she grew up in church.
Yeah.
And when you were a singer in church, one of the things that you learned to do was play the piano. If you couldn't play nothing else, you played that piano.
And she looked in her great gowns, her beautiful gowns at that piano, and she sang. And she didn't want to sing.
I just hope and pray that they televise her funeral.
They will. I'm trying to tell
you.
you, CNN will be there. It will be televised, and they're going to get a whole bunch of interviews because the way they show out today, CNN broadcasted from the time she died, probably like 15 minutes after her, because it was announced at around 10. So from 10 o'clock to a good 2:30, and Don Lemon took over for some people. Because you know when you got somebody of color who knows Aretha Franklin, he was talking about him texting her, all that shit. He took over for a little bit, and he was interviewing people. And he talked with Dionne Warwick, because clearly, he talked to Dionne Warwick.
She's also a legend that doesn't really get the recognition like she needs.
Yeah.
Because Dionne Warwick back in the day was that girl.
Yeah, the last time they honored Dionne Warwick, I remember, I think it was either Black Girls Rock, or like one of those Soul Train things. But she needs, and she said she's on her way to Brazil for a show. She said, "Yeah, my suitcase is in my hand. I'm on my way out the door."
I wonder what's in that suitcase. Remember, she was caught in that.
And Mary, you know what?
Because you remember a few years ago, she got caught at the airport with that weed in her lipstick.
And at her age, she don't have to pay as much for marijuana.
No, she don't.
And if she did still smoking, shout out to you, Dionne, because you deserve it. You done there. She is still performing world.
I don't know who's hiring her, but she is still performing.
Yes, she is always on the go, and I think that's a good thing, especially if her health is good and she can go out there and do it. Her bankruptcy thing is all right. Go ahead out there, Dionne, and do it.
Keep smiling, keep shining. Knowing you can always count on me. Sure. That's what friends are for. Through good times and bad times, knowing you're by your side.
Is Mariah singing
I hope not. Okay, Mariah needs to sit there and just look like Mariah, and she don't need to say no note. Okay, she lost her key a long time ago. And I don't want you to try to look for that key at Aretha Franklin's funeral.
I'm trying to think, has Mariah ever sung gospel? I don't think. I'm not sure. I can't think of it off the top of my head. But somebody. Oh, I know Gladys gonna probably come up there and sing. Gladys Knight. I don't know. But shout out to shout out to Aretha Franklin. Thank you for all of your years of music. Thank you for touching our hearts. Thank you for your performances. You know, one of my favorite gifts is her snatching her weave off and throwing it.
Mm-hmm. It had that stocking cap on though.
Yeah.
Did she not?
Aretha, you definitely will be missed, but we have catalogs and catalogs and catalogs of music for us to go through. I just hope that these tributes, MTV, BET, Dick Clark Productions, the Grammys, y'all all get this shit right. Only put vocalists up there. Do not give me no Taylor Swift watered down version of September. And Taylor Swift, you fucking tried it thinking that we would like that version of September. We don't need nobody that can't sing. Now Tori Kelly, she can sing. She has a little bit of soul, but if she's going to sing, she has to sing in the right key. I want y'all to pull people out like Deborah Cox. She's not doing nothing. She's available for tributes.
Tributes for Aretha Franklin. Fantasia, Jennifer Hudson, Yolanda Adams, the Clark sisters, CeCe Winans,
Deborah Cox.
You can call Christina Aguilera, Ledisi, Jill Scott. Well, you got to add some white person in there. I would rather them add Christina Aguilera than Taylor Swift.
Oh no, she can't. Taylor couldn't pull it.
Ledisi, yes. Jill Scott, Jasmine Sullivan.
Okay, all right. Can Brandy come?
Brandy can come too.
All right.
Monica can stay home. No Queen Latifah. No Holly Berry.
Yeah, because she needs to be more confident.
She doesn't have
she
to confident.
sing for me.
And I mean, she read Holly Berry. I need somebody with a little bit more confidence.
I want to know what that conversation was like.
Read. And Holly never responded. She better not. You better not, and you better not respond. After I said that about
and something I didn't know is that Jennifer Hudson has been picked to do the movie. So the movie has been
that was evident for me though.
It was a shoe. She was a shoe-in, but
because I don't want to see Fantasia play. I want to see her play Patty, especially young Patty. Fantasia,
bitch, I did not even think about that.
Yeah, Fantasia playing a young Patty LaBelle. What?
Yes. Who's playing Gladys?
Listen, the way Gladys' face looks, she could play Gladys when she was young. That face is snatched. Okay.
I'm not your superwoman.
Listen here. Listen. A lot of women going around.
Hey Patty, take care of yourself, girl.
You know, it'll still look good too, Shaka.
Shaka Khan, yes. But they said she was high or something.
Well, she can be high too.
But not when you're performing.
No, not when you're
high
acting. But Shaka paid her dues too.
You know who's high and still killing it? Beyonce. They said that she's high doing.
High, yeah. She ain't high doing it because they said the way she's doing a little dance. Because she's having a good time.
Yeah, and she should.
Yes, she should. I'm performing all these old songs, and y'all up here paying me to perform these old songs. I'm having a damn good time. And the stage is rotating and moving back and forth, and going higher as I'm singing higher.
Amen.
Yeah.
Now, Janet Jackson is releasing her new single tonight at midnight. It's called Made for Now. Now, I am not going to lie about this. This is one of her most radio-friendly singles in years. And from that clip, it's 21 seconds, I'm just ready. Because it looks like she's releasing the song and the video tomorrow. It has like a very islandy summertime feel to it. This is my thing. I think that the song should have came out a little bit earlier because the summer is almost over. So the only thing I can think is that this song can extend the summer for me a little bit longer. And I'm hoping that Janet is going to be performing at the VMAs on Monday because I can't think of why Janet Jackson will be on TRL at 8 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. Not just to promote a video.
I didn't even know TRL came back.
Yeah. Like, 8 o'clock in the morning?
Who's watching music videos at 8 o'clock in the morning?
XMTV.
What?
Yes. TRL comes on at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Because I saw a clip of Nicki Minaj going to TRL the other day, and I said, TRL? Why don't they have it back at like 3 p.m. or 4 or 5?
I don't work there.
What?
8 a.m.
Who is getting up that early to watch TRL? Do they have a live audience like they used to?
I don't watch it.
Yeah, because you sleep. I know you sleep at 8 o'clock in the morning. And you
I've been
know. When I
You
get
just
off
now
work,
getting to
I'm
bed.
going, yeah, hello. TRL. No, T the fuck RL.
Yeah. But so Janet, like I'm really excited. And I just gotta say, shout out to Janet because you are really using social media. You've been promoting just about every day. You use your Insta video, or your team help you use your Insta videos. You're tweeting. You're doing the damn thing. I'm excited for the full song. I can't wait to hear it tomorrow. And yeah, hopefully maybe we're both gonna be going to see.
Natalie Cole passed away.
Bitch, you are trying, man. Oh, Natalie Cole been dead. she's mad she lost a spot to Aretha on the choir in heaven right now.
No, she didn't. That's a heavenly choir right now.
Yeah, she had to go join her father.
Okay, now Aretha's walking up there like, I'm here. Whitney, move up
She
the
walked
way.
in with that dress on.
When Patty tried to help Aretha and she looked at her and kept on. It's not right. It's not right.
That was so shady.
Hey, Aretha is now in heaven. Lord have mercy. Oh, that got to be real will never.
Oh my God.
Hate Aretha.
Yeah.
I gotta go watch some guys.
Just imagine all the new people that found out about Aretha Franklin just through watching that show. Yeah. It's just good to see those throwbacks. Like, oh
Hate
my God.
Aretha.
Yeah,
You could tell whoever made that show was a Patti LaBelle fan.
Yes.
Because she was always held in the high. But the shade was always so
good.
oh, so good.
Patti LaBelle. Shout out to Patti LaBelle. It's been a while.
Hate Aretha, you will be missed. They gonna play. Though I'm missing you,
They better not sing that ever.
They better not sing
You know
that.
it's gonna be a gospel fledged funeral.
It better be.
It's gonna be, bitch. That church gonna be rocking, and I can't wait to get my life.
I'm going. You see me right up there with my hat on, with my all white and hat on, and my deaconess glove, with my deaconess badge, and I'm gonna call my first lady. Let me get one of them hats. Call somebody. Let me get a hat.
Oh,
They gonna say, who was that? Laverne Cox. I'm gonna say.
Mikhail, I'm glad you didn't try it. Oh God, because you know I don't need nobody knocking on our door at the 10th minute saying we're trying it and that we're not an ally. An ally.
You.
I'll find a way to go through.
Get through, bitch.
Shit, whatever. Living without you.
Cause you are my sister. You want to run those. Go high. Cause
It's
you
too high.
are my
That's too
sister.
high.
Well, then don't sing it.
It's too.
Don't sing it.
What you say?
Sarah.
See, I know what.
Cause you are my sister. And Shaka definitely sings high. So she's not singing low. Cause you are my sister, my friend.
She's like, cause we were the closest of friends.
Ooh,
But I wait for Shaka could sing at the funeral.
No, she's gonna sing. I don't know. She can't sing "I'm Every Woman" because that was not Aretha's song.
Okay. Who gonna sing Respect?
Nobody needs to be singing "Respect" in no damn.
They can play that as she's going.
Yeah,
as they
take her casket out.
What you
want? Who in the whole congregation can sing it?
Can you
What
imagine?
you want?
I need to be a
Baby,
funeral planner.
Why?
Get that together. You know, you want to have a hot funeral.
Call me.
Yes. And you know what?
What?
I want the citizens of Philadelphia to really think about what they are doing. Nobody's really thinking. You just taking out a gun and going pow, 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 pow. But you're not really realizing how rich you are making these funeral homes.
Okay.
Like they can't even keep up with all the dead
Especially
bodies.
that Khadijah Alderman.
Yeah.
The Muslim. The
Yeah,
one that gets all the Muslims.
on the
Oh God.
Yeah.
Every time you turn up, because you know everybody's Muslim now. So every time they all go to her.
Yeah.
And I mean, she is getting money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because everyone is just offering themselves. Like it could possibly be a generation gap because so many young men are being killed, or they just having one child and then they're being killed. It is too much going on in our city, and you know,
And these guys are not even living to be 21,
no,
25. Like, it's
not
like,
even
oh
30.
my God. Like, yo.
It's too much. And y'all killing so many young people in their teens.
And for nothing.
Yeah.
You're not even killing each other for no money. Not saying that you should be, but it ain't no real money y'all killing for. You're not killing for anything.
Oh, you said something wrong to me, I gotta shoot the shit out you. When all this and that, I lost the basketball game to you, so I gotta kill you.
Nobody wants to get out there and fight because nobody wants to
they
hear world star. They don't want to be posted on the internet as they ask for.
There's been days I kicked ass and days I got my ass kicked, but we were still fucking friends. And not one time did anybody think, oh, I'm gonna get a knife, I'm gonna get you, or I'm gonna get my gun, and all of that stuff. You got your ass whooped as a kid, and you still were friends fighting over stupid shit, you know. But now it's just too petty. And then, how can you want to give up your freedom is something I would never understand. Because I love coming and going wherever I can, whenever I can. You know, just go.
You love coming whenever.
See, I didn't want to say it that way because when I said it, I said, oh my gosh, I shouldn't say that. But I come and go whenever I want. That's what I want.
I bet. I think we all do.
When I want, you know. And I can pee, I can do that, them too, when I want. And nobody is telling me when I can and can't. I can't, and nobody's telling me when it's time to go to bed. Nobody's telling me to do none of that stuff. And I love that. And can you imagine, someone said, before you do something stupid like kill somebody, sit in the bathroom for 24 hours. Sit there for 24 hours and see if you want to live the rest of your life that way. And I think that's true. Nobody would want to stay there all day. Nobody wants to just eat bread and water, or maybe you get something off your conversation and get a nice.
This is not 1930. They don't just give you bread and water.
I know, but you know, but that
I damn sure still wouldn't want to
still not a fancy sandwich. Bitch is a slice of government cheese, probably.
Oh my God.
Stale bread from 2 weeks ago. And I don't think prison is lavish, and I don't ever want to think like that. And Saudi Schuler, you know, I'm going to say this. The bullshit with all of this Robin Hood shit, she's not Robin Hood.
No, she's not.
Let's stop that. What I think she did was, yes, she knew she was using the government money to do other things or maybe pay for certain things, but it was wrong, point blank. And my thing is 140 years, that is excessive. No one needs to go to jail for 140 years. Maybe she could either pay it back or go to jail for...
But somebody made a good point yesterday. They said if Martha Stewart went to jail, who the hell is Saudi?
Well, Martha Stewart was lying to the government.
What the fuck was she doing?
Stealing from the government.
And lying, saying that she was still, what's her name, when she was,
Yeah, but you know what? Martha didn't go to jail for 140 years.
No, she didn't, but nobody's saying that she'll go to jail for 140 years.
But that's the maximum for doing what she was doing.
Well, that's just a number that they threw out there.
Yeah, I don't think it should be... Like, come on now, all these killings, and you don't even send people to prison for that long. She got y'all. But so, you know, I would say keep doing your thing. Keep doing your thing, but don't fuck with the government because they do not play. And get a good lawyer, okay? Get a real good lawyer because this lawyer that she has, I was a juror on one of his trials. And let me tell you something. Oh, he won. Only because the lawyer really couldn't prove her case. Even though we believed that they did it.
Yeah, but she couldn't prove
she didn't have enough proof.
Yeah.
Because they were guilty as hell.
So you think you think
she needs a better lawyer?
You think Saudi is a good lawyer?
No.
Okay.
She's not in good hands.
When
you fucking with the government,
yeah. You don't need nobody like him to be.
Yeah.
You need somebody like Rand Spear, the accident man. Okay.
Or Rosenberg.
Or Rosenberg.
If this thing don't end with Bird,
okay. If he ain't,
give me to say it.
And I don't want to say, but if he ain't
okay, girl, you are trying.
You are trying it. Okay. And people, everybody want to be pro-black and pro. No, you better call yourself a who a bird.
Yeah. Is he home before sundown to a certain time of the year?
Okay. Does you want to wear one of those capsules up with you?
Okay.
That's what you gonna call them.
Okay.
Because they gonna fight for that money.
Yes,
Okay.
yes they will. And you wouldn't have to pass much.
And you wouldn't have to pay as much as them.
Oh, because they're going to get her off. And all that social media presence she got.
They gonna tell her to cut that shit out.
Oh, yeah.
Delete the shit.
Yeah, delete it.
Yeah.
Turn it off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because she is just. And I'm like, open the door.
Who's that? Aretha.
Is that Chase?
I don't know.
Open the door.
Why? This
Well,
mother
this
father
clock
with
is
him.
wrong.
Yeah, it's after 7. No, it's not wrong.
No, that my clock. It says 7:20 and it's 7:15.
Okay, 5 minutes off, but it's still after 7, and I'm
Right,
hungry,
yeah,
so let's
yeah.
hurry this up.
Who were you going to be at?
At work, near my job.
I'm good. So we're going to go.
Yeah.
Thank y'all for watching.
That's all. Do what we said.
Yeah.
Call you.
Yeah. Because that man they had on TV, I'm telling y'all, if that lawyer would have had a good case, he would have lost. And I ain't going to talk about what case it was. Cause
Yeah.
So don't
talk
about it.
Yeah, okay. Nobody looking for you.
Then I'm going to really have to call Ray
This
Spears.
is some shit. Okay. Okay.
We'll see y'all Monday.
Bye.